Hey team, John here. So I had an idea. 2014 is coming to a close. It's been an exciting year for me, so I thought I'd share with you all my top 10 moments of 2014. Let's go. So number 10, this year, pretty much the second week of 2014, I made the official move to New York City. I moved my entire life from Chicago, Illinois to New York City, and walking into LaGuardia Airport was scary, but walking under that sign, it flashes welcome to New York. It was very exciting. It was a big new start for me, and it was really the first time, other than going to college, that I really moved away from home. It really felt like I was moving to a new place, a new home, if you will. Chicago will always be home, but this was my new permanent residence, at least for a while. And so that was a huge way to start out the year for me. Number 9, I got to see, I believe it was in March, I got the opportunity to see one of, if not my favorite actor right now, live in Twelfth Night. I got to see a guy named Mark Rylance, and I love acting, as many of you know. I specifically love classical theater and Shakespeare, and Mark Rylance is he's like the Michael Jackson or the Beyonce or the Michael Jordan of Shakespeare. He is the best at what he does in the entire world. And many people hold that opinion, including myself. So to get to see him do something that I love, and to get to see him and his castmates do that at the highest level, was huge. It was amazing, and I loved every minute of it. Number 8, later on in the year, I was featured in my hometown newspaper. They did a story about the Anima Series and about how it got started, and how it sort of took off. And you know, I've been mentioned online, in several different larger websites for Broadway and, in the New York Times and things like that. But for some reason, getting mentioned in your local newspaper and getting like a cover story about yourself, it's just so cool. Not to be narcissistic whatsoever, but it really is a cool thing because you grow up reading that paper and you grow up, idolizing the people that you see in it, and to get to sort of share my story of what God has been doing in my life with my hometown specifically was really a cool thing. So that was number 8. Speaking of the Anima Series, number 7, this year, I believe in September or October, the Anima Series hit 100,000 subscribers, which we are so humbled and so excited about. We've been praying about it all summer, really, that we'd reach it by the end of the summer, and we just missed it. Barely, but we did get there, and our numbers continue to grow, and which means our influence for Christ continues to grow. And if you're not subscribed to the Anima Series, do it right now. Number 6, my parents got baptized this year, which is a really cool thing. Something I've been praying about since the summer of 2012, really. So 2 years, pretty much 2 years later, they got baptized, and I wasn't able to be there because I had to be here in the city, but they sent me some awesome pictures, and just to see the joy on their faces was just a huge answer to prayer, and it was such a testimony to the fact that God does answer prayer. Number 5, many of you have heard me talk about my first book, Authentic Love, on this channel, and that book is about a camp that I worked at for about 8 years, and this was the first summer in 8 years that I didn't get to work at that camp. But one day I got to go back. I took a day off the show, I took a day off work, and I went back and I surprised all of the campers, and it was such an amazing experience to go and surprise them and talk with them and just spend a day with them, and I think they were excited about it too. Here is their reaction, actually. Number 4, we're getting close. This year in May, I ran my first ever marathon. I ran in the Pittsburgh Marathon, and I finished in 4 hours and 1 minute. It was an amazing experience for me, honestly, spiritually as well. I finished the race, and I was talking to Erin, my fiance, and I just started bawling. I started weeping because this was a goal that I'd been working towards for 6 years. That's when I first started running, and there were so many times where I never thought I'd get there. And, my sort of course was, oh, I'm doing better. Oh, no, I don't run at all. I'm doing better. I don't run. It was not like a steady climb. But I got there and I did it, and I ran the whole 26.2 miles. And it was a huge personal accomplishment for me after 6 years to finally achieve that goal. Number 3, I mentioned it before. This year, I published my first book. And this was a dream that I've had for much longer than 6 years. It's a goal I've been reaching for and striving for since probably I was 6 or 7. As early as I could read and write, I wanted to be an author, and I've probably started over 30 books in my life and never finished one. And then this year I finally did it, and I published it, and I got it out there, and I hope you've read it. And once I got it out there, I just caught this bug, and I knew I had to write another one, and I have. So in early 2015, I'm going to come out with my next book, Created to Create. This is the title right here, and if you need to see it a little bigger, right there. I hope you will buy it. Please stay tuned to this channel to find out how you can buy it. Number 2 was another sort of lifelong goal for me. This year, I made my Broadway debut in Mamma Mia. And it was humbling, it was exciting, it was terrifying, it was everything that you would think it would be. I'd watched friends make their Broadway debut. You know, I'd seen friends and people I knew on those big stages, and I never thought that I would be up there so soon in my career. But I feel so lucky to have done that and to still be able to do that every single night, to step out on that stage and to do what I love in front of, 1,000 people. It's truly a blessing, and I love it. And number 1, this obviously tops everything. This year I proposed to my girlfriend, who is now my fiance, Erin, and she did say yes. Not only that, but she also graduated college this year, so a huge shout out to her. And also she moved to New York City as well. She made the big move as well, and so she lives here now, and we don't have to do long distance anymore, which is amazing. And yeah, in September I proposed, and it was without a doubt the highlight of my year, for her to say yes and for us to celebrate that together, and for us to now in 2015 get married and move into this next stage of our lives. I feel like such an adult, but I'm terrified but excited and really ready to go for 2015. And so those are my top 10 moments of the year. 2014 was a really good year, and I've been in the midst of setting my goals for 2015 to see if we can go to the next level, because there's always another level that you can bring your life to. Just set a new standard for yourself and go for it. So I wanted to ask you all, what are some of your top moments of 2014? Share them in the comments below, and then also maybe share some of your goals and aspirations for 2015. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you all. Keep being awesome.